So hi, good evening actually. Um, so today in my little quiet time to myself this morning, I always have quiet time to myself in the morning, and sometimes my quiet time can reveal some things to me that I need to know about myself. So just morning in my quiet time and my time with God, I was reading something and it said, "Don't be anxious and don't worry and do not fear." And I have to admit, there are areas in my life that I fear, and sometimes it gets the best of me, and sometimes it's hard for me to shake that feeling because fear is real. I won't say, well, some people say it's of the devil, which it might be, but I think it's just a natural instinct. When you get frightened, you automatically sometimes go into panic mode, or when you get scared, you automatically want to go hide somewhere. So fear, to me, fear is just another level of understanding life. The things that I fear the most, earlier I said to myself, I fear, number one, I fear that the constant struggle I battle with each and every day that people don't know about me is that from being molested and from being raped and being in relationships that didn't mean me anything, is that I became a sex addict, and I love sex, and that was just like something I had to have. I was getting into relationships not because I loved that person or anything. It's because I loved sex, and I just wanted to feel something in me, or feel something that for that moment. That's Sex is an addiction, and it can be fearful because you can't shake that feeling. So like I was talking to someone earlier, like I stay busy to shake that feeling. I do 1,000 things a day to shake that feeling of like I need somebody to complete me. But then they put it to me like this, like, what are you gonna do when God tells you to stop working yourself and you need to face that fear? I haven't thought about that yet, but I'm working on it. The second fear is I fear that sometimes I fear for my child growing up in this world where social media and the TV is telling you to look some way and you looking exactly the way the TV is telling you to look. I fear for my child for that because she's a girl and she's 17 and she wants to look like everybody on TV. I fear that. I always tell Lord to just cover her mind, to cover her, to protect her, Lord. Let nothing, no weapon form against her prosper against her, Lord. I always say that about her. The third thing I fear is that, call it what you want. I'm not trying to rush love, but God, I'm feared that God doesn't have anybody on this earth for me. And it's kind of a sad feeling because, like, I am a beautiful person, but sometimes I just feel like, Lord, when are you going to send that somebody for me? I'm patiently waiting. And fourthly, I fear that even though I may feel at times that I'm whole and complete, there is always moments where I take inventory and I realize that there is some areas in my life that I'm not over the fear of that area. Yeah, that area. And sometimes that I fear, the fifth thing I fear is that life isn't big enough for me to fulfill everything that God has called me to do. And I fear that when he comes back, that I will be one of them people standing in line like, Lord, hold on, I haven't completed anything, Papa. I haven't completed it. And I don't want to feel that way, so I put all my business on the board, and I plan on stepping on them, each one of them, piece by piece. And the real thing I want to tell you is fear is real. And no matter how much you run from it, it will always come back and try to hunt you down. And eventually it will catch up to with you. And it will throw you in the pit if you cannot learn how to overcome it. Fear is something that most of the world struggles with every day. Fear of losing jobs, fear of losing finances, fear of losing family, fear of losing houses, fear of losing friendships, fear of losing loved ones, fear of losing anything. We fear to take steps to move to success in our life. So that is like, fear is real, and it is a struggle, and we all need somebody to help us process it. So I thank Papa God this morning, earlier this morning, for helping me process that fear is real, and it's not necessarily something that He wants us to feel, but it's something that we all have in us, and it's kind of like we're sinning ourselves because we won't shake that fear. We just keep fearing that thing. Like, one of my other fears is that I will keep falling back into the past relationships or past moments in my life, and I don't want to feel that way. I want to feel whole and complete, and I want to feel like fear is not an option to me, and fear move over, because God, my Papa says that fear can't live here, and fear doesn't pay any bills. I love the fact that God shows me moments in my life that I need to process a little bit deeper, and fear is one of them. Yeah, man. I could cry, but that wouldn't do me no good, because that was just a thought that me and God had to ourselves, that He just showed me something right in that moment that I need to do. But I just pray that if anyone is feeling fear, learn how to work with your demons, and learn how to cast it out, and learn how to be a unique, beautiful person. Fear is real. I love you guys. I love all of you guys. And fear is part of your emotional health. Like, if you have any problems with your mind, like, you can't change anything until you change certain thoughts in your mind. And, like, fear is one of my thoughts that I want to change, because I have fear that, I will gain all my weight back. I have fear of a lot of things, and I'm not a perfect person, and neither do I try to be. I try to always be myself, because that's who I am. Yes, we're talking about fear, but I love you guys, and I pray that you have a blessed evening.